And here we are at the Love Nest, and it's kind of a late evening tonight, and um, I guess you could say I'm actually very happy because this is the day that I've gotten most of the remodeling done, and it actually looks really nice. I'm having some friends come over tomorrow to visit me, so to make a good impression on my friends, I've been cleaning the house so that it'll look presentable for them. But I've been working on remodeling the house for quite a while, and I thought I'd have my fun tonight since the house is really clean and show what the house looks like since I'm very proud of it. Um, this is Magic, my kitty. She's actually a beautiful cat. Um, she's probably best cat I've ever had. She's so dark you can't really see her through the camera that well, but she's actually very affectionate. Um, yeah, I think I'll give myself a home tour just for the fun of it. So, um, and I'll tell you a little bit about what I've done to remodel the house and what I plan on doing. But this is Magic here, enjoying some canned cat food. I give it to her every evening. That way she's got something that she can enjoy, because I know cats don't like eating hard food all the time, so I buy her this. I get it real cheap at Walmart. It's my favorite store. But this is the kitchen, and the kitchen has mostly stayed pretty much the same since I bought the house 3.5 years ago. I did add the cabinet knobs, which are like pumpkin cabinet knobs, and of course the custom window blinds, window treatments. But the kitchen has pretty much stayed the same way. The only exception is the ceiling. I started working on the ceiling, and I put in the textured ceiling in a teal color, and added a Tiffany lamp. But let me show you what I've got planned, because I'm quite sure I know what I would like. The countertops, I don't really like the black, because the black is kind of makes the kitchen dark, and I've never really been fond of that. So I'm probably next month, probably early next month, um, I'm going to replace the countertops, and I'm going to replace them with white laminate countertops, because I think the white will go good with the white appliances that I bought. And since I'm getting white countertops, I'm going to replace the sink with a white porcelain sink. And as far as the faucet goes, I'm going to get rid of this ugly thing here that's only half on. And I'm going to replace it with one that has like a shower sprayer, where I can squirt the dishes and put them into the dishwasher easier. And since we have a dishwasher, I don't think I'm going to have a double sink. I think I just like to have a single sink where I can put the dishes in and keep the same garbage disposal that we have. I bought a new one. So that would be white countertops with a single white porcelain sink and a sprayer type faucet. I've already got it picked out on eBay. And then I've got a large supply of colored tile that I bought. This white thing on the wall here is where I plastered the wall when we added a GFI to make the kitchen more safe, because it's near the water. But we're going to put tile on the walls and on the overhang here, with the teal colored ceiling. Isn't that a beautiful Tiffany lamp? And then it'll be white, and it should go real well with the appliances. Do have beautiful appliances, I guess. And I also installed night lights to go around the house. That way I can see myself around if I have to wake up and go for a midnight glass of water. And there's a light under there that lights up. And I bought a wok because I think cooking with a wok is a lot easier. And it's actually well seasoned. See how black it is? It's supposed to be like that. The more seasoned it is, the better the wok, if you know anything about Oriental cooking. And a deep fryer and a popcorn maker. I admit, I've enjoyed that a lot with watching movies out there. And so I don't think it'll take too long in the kitchen. The kitchen will be remodeled last month. I'm just taking a break because I finished doing the wood in the bedroom, and I finished putting the hallway in. But let me show those to you. Anyway, the dining room is done. We've got a beautiful Japanese mural on the wall, bamboo on the walls, and that's real bamboo that got imported from China. I mailed away for that on eBay. Beautiful Tiffany lamps, nice furniture from Art Van, beautiful custom window treatments, and that's real wood for the window blinds. Bellagio faux paint. I mean, and I know it sounds like I'm bragging, but I'm just very proud because it's taken me a lot of work. I've had to do all this work myself alone, and it's taken a long time, but I'm very proud that I've been able to do it. I had to give up a lot of fun things that I could have done to do this, so I'm just showing how proud I am that it's beautiful. And beaded drapes. Oh, there's the kitty again. She kind of follows me around the house wherever I go. I do have to scrub the floor. I haven't done that yet. Yeah, she kind of munches on that. And the kitty was a bad kitty because she knocked over the lamp and broke the shade, but I have to get a new shade. But that was a beautiful oil lamp at one time. And I'll show you the living room. The living room is beautiful. I've done the house with an Asian theme. It has wainscoting on the ceiling with the Tiffany lamp. Those are amber bulbs, wainscoting. That's a Persian rug. And there's actually a fireplace under the TV. You just don't see it because it's not turned on. Bellagio faux paint. The house is beautiful. And I chose to decorate with color using light. I thought colored light is the most beautiful thing to decorate with if you know how to use it. So a lot of the bulbs in the house are not ordinary light bulbs. They're actually amber. See the yellow on the ceiling? So I decided to decorate with light. Isn't that a beautiful idea? And here, I haven't bought it yet, but I'm going to buy probably a love seat to go here. Maybe a reclining one, where if I had a bunny, me and her could sit and watch TV and it would be romantic. The love seat would have to be kind of small because it has to fit on the other side of the blinds and go from the shoji blind just to right about here where the recliner is, so that the room will be more symmetrical, kind of like a feng shui type of thing. But they've got them at Art Van. I've been looking at them. It's beautiful. And this is hardwood floor. And we had something strange happen. We actually had a water leak. I have a beautiful refrigerator that has a ice maker and a water machine on the side, but as fate should have it, when I pulled the refrigerator out to clean it about 6 months ago, the refrigerator line broke and a lot of water came out, and it actually buckled and ruined the hardwood floor. So I decided just this month to take the whole hardwood floor out from the living room all the way to the back office, and I'm going to replace it with a light purple carpet because I think the purple would really go good with the orange walls. And those are real textured walls that I made with mud, and it was all scraped on by hand. And that was a messy job. But I decided to have, when I decided to have the hardwood floor taken out, I did that myself. I took a skill saw and I cut a square out of the flooring. I decided that I wanted to have a reason. There's the kitty down there. She wants me to go to bed, but I decided that when I cut the hardwood flooring out here in the form of a square, I did that intentionally, though I didn't have to, because I figure when people come through the front door, they can come and put their shoes off, but they need a reason to take their shoes off, and by having carpet there, that will remind them to stop and take their shoes off at the door, kind of like a real Oriental house in Japan where people don't have their shoes on in the house. I thought it would be kind of a fun little gimmick. And then of course I have a Japanese coat rack. I bought that on eBay and it's actually beautiful. It looks very Asian, I guess. You can actually stick an umbrella in the middle, but I don't have one. But I did manage to buy this beautiful shoehorn, and it's made out of wood, and you know, oh, there's the kitty. But you know, I can stick my shoes on easier, and I like that. I like comfort, I guess. But yeah, by having this piece of wood cut out with the carpeting, if you're a polite person entering the house, you won't want to step on the carpeting. You'll be reminded to take your shoes off on the mat. And that's why that's there. And then there's some lights. Now I don't have the trim along the floor yet until the carpeting gets installed, but I've been looking at different colors and I think I like purple. And of course we have a security alarm system to keep the werewolves out. And these paintings, I bought these paintings from the Great Lakes Crossing Mall from a Chinese store that went out of business. However, I don't think I care for these little artsy things anymore. I'm going to actually dispose of these or get rid of them or give them away to somebody, because I saw on eBay they have something so much more nicer. They have real Oriental paintings that are painted on demand, which means when you order it, they'll paint you a real oil painting of whatever you want. And I thought Oriental art done in real, with an Asian theme that's done in a realism medium using oil would be more beautiful. And I thought I was going to have one custom made that would just be real striking and real big and go from the alarm system all the way over to the wall and up and just cover the whole wall, and then have the texture more as an outline and have it framed at Michael's Arts and Crafts store. I thought that would be a beautiful idea for a house. And then over here on this wall, I'm going to put a painting. I haven't decided what to get, but I kind of like the idea of putting geishas on the wall because I think it goes real nice with the love nest. And you can see why I call it the love nest, because this is a very beautiful house. You'd never believe it. When I bought it, it was just an ordinary house that even needed some work. But I'm happy that I have it because it's all mine and it's beautiful. And I've done a lot of work to make it look nice, and I don't think I'd trade the love nest for anything for all the love in the world. I wouldn't trade the love nest. No. And then on this wall here, I was going to put a beautiful painting that I'm going to order and have framed. The wainscoting, this wall, I actually just got this wall finished this month. I had to paint it and put the wainscoting on because when the water came out, we had a mitigation team that came out and cut the wall out because we didn't want to risk getting mold with the water, which we didn't, so we're fortunate. But I put it back in and did the wainscoting with a saw, so a miter saw. And we'll walk back here and show off some of the rooms. This is the cat's room, but all it has is the litter box, the ironing board, and I make sure the cat has her little toy that I got her. And oh, I guess you can't see, it's too dark, but I don't want to show the room because it's messy. but yeah, and in this hallway, I also installed the custom knobs. I bought these on eBay, and these are pretty. I like those. Let's see here. And going into the bathroom, this month I just installed a beautiful red floor. The tile that was in it was broken up, and I really didn't care for the ugly gray color, so I installed this tile myself, and it turned out beautiful. The cabinet knobs on the vanity here are actually real stone quartz. Those are real quartz that I ordered off of Etsy. It's kind of funny, but I always find the most amazing things on the internet. And a lot of it's very high quality and very beautiful, and in fact I think you get a better deal buying it than you do going to the store, because at least what you're buying on the internet is more exotic and much more different and unusual, and that's what makes it so nice, is you have something that not everybody else can have because it's harder to find. You actually have to do a little legwork of searching for what you like to be able to find it. This I installed is a beautiful crystal ceiling light, and that's real crystal, the whole thing. It's not Swarovski crystal like the office chandelier, but it is crystal, and it's pretty. It's got amber bulbs in it to make the nice glow on the wall. In here, I'll show the bathroom. I put in a new countertop and a beautiful copper glass mosaic sink, and this is actually a Roman widespread faucet. If you've ever seen one, they're quite rare, but see how it comes out more like a waterfall? That's a beautiful thing. And then I drilled the holes myself for the water spigots, and the little soap dish I bought from the dollar store. But I like the idea of putting it into a bowl because it kind of reminds me like you're in a high-class hotel. And the stone mosaic backsplash is beautiful. These are custom switchplate covers that I bought on eBay and had mailed to me. I think the lady's name was Gemma, but I don't remember. That's me. I won't show myself because I'm shy. But here is a new. Here is a brand new vanity light that I bought. I think I bought this at the Home Depot or Lowe's because I like the shades, because the shades are really unique. And that's Bellagio faux paint. It's a pretty paint. I've actually had people walk into the bathroom and say, "Oh, you have the nicest wallpaper," but that's not wallpaper. It's actually paint. It's a 3-stage paint that is done by hand. 3 layers of paint with crisscross and scraping motions. And this is a cherub fountain. We got the mechanical things inside. It actually works. It's a real running fountain with real water. But I don't have it hooked up because it just sits in the bathroom as a decoration. But it's got a pineapple on top, and that's why I bought it, because I thought it looked Asian. And I put in a custom sprayer because it's easier to clean the shower if you can move the nozzle around. And the shower door, and the bamboo and the red tile I put in. It is beautiful. And let's see here. Oh, and I almost forgot. This is our biggest accomplishment that we have had this month is the beautiful bedroom. It's all done in real knotty pine, and I did this whole room myself. It was one heck of a job, but it turned out to be just the most beautiful room. Um, and can you see all the knotty pine on the wood? Those are 14-foot planks that run all the way from this side of the bedroom all the way across. The only exception is about 1 foot on the end. And a friend of mine told me that I should cut the wood in half to make it easier to slide it in tongue and groove, but I decided I didn't want to have the seams, so I went against his advice. And I was glad that I did, because it turned out even more beautiful because there aren't any seams, so it's much more natural looking. Now, I'm not Bob Vila, but I think I've got good taste. Yeah, I am so proud of this room that it turned out so beautiful. And then, of course, with me being creative, I don't like a room to look ordinary. I like it to look more unique. So I did real textured wall. Since I got real good, with working with mud, I decided to do textured wall under the knotty pine. And since this is tongue and groove, it was kind of odd, but the bottom groove serves as a chair rail. It almost looks like chair rail, so I just left the bottom groove because I thought that made it look real clean cut looking. And these are Brazilian agate slices with real crystal in the middle. It's actually stone is what it is, that a gentleman on Etsy.com was making cabinet pull knobs, and he just makes the most beautiful things. I'm so impressed. I actually bought a few of them for the different rooms. The office has them as well. They're just really gorgeous. And I'll show you the room. Isn't it beautiful? My bed's not made, it's messy, but that's okay. But it is a beautiful room. I'm so proud of this. I stained it with colonial maple, which is a darker stain, because I wanted the bedroom to be mysterious and romantic. And that's red texture on the wall. And of course, to be safe, I have a security pad here. In case somebody wanted to break in, we're protected. It goes right to the police. Just in case anybody gets any ideas. And this light switch is actually not a normal light switch. It's actually a dimmer switch, see? And I decided to buy the one, they had dimmer switches that had like the little sliders that go up and down like this, with the main switch just being on or off with a slider, but I thought it was tacky. So I just had one switch that dims it like this, see? And here, I'll show you. As I work the switch here, the light up here will dim. See, isn't that pretty? And then of course it makes the bedroom nice and romantic. And those are actually special bulbs also. And with about that brightness, I guess I can show you the ceiling light that I bought. Seeing as this room was being done in knotty pine, I figured this is the one room that actually has a rustic look that's not so contemporary with the Asian style. So this is actually a rustic ceiling lamp. It has a twig that goes around it, and then those are pine cones and little pine needles sticking out. The chain is a little long, but it's beautiful. And even though you can't see it because the camera won't show the true vision of what it is, there are actually sparkles in the bulb, or I mean in the globe. The middle globe has sparkles in it, which is beautiful. The camera just won't reflect the true beauty of it. That's all. And also, to do this, let me make a comment. To do this much work on a house, and to be doing it alone, takes a lot of time and energy and money and the whole 9 yards. My professor in college told me that there's no such thing as a free lunch, which he was describing the economic theory of opportunity cost. which really means if you're going to do one thing, spend all your time remodeling the house so that it turns out beautiful, well, you're not going to have much of a social life because you have to choose between the two things, going out and having fun or getting the house done. You can only be in one place at a time. So now that most of the hard work is done with the house, we only have the kitchen and the carpeting in the hallway to do. I've been thinking about what I'm going to do for fun because I really want to have a good time this summer. So, as fate should have it, I'll walk over to the closet and show you. I bought some new clothes. That way I would look nice for when I go out. Because I didn't really want to invest in clothes when I was working in mud and paint and sawing things because I didn't want my clothes to get ruined. But this is Ernie's secret closet. And I bought coat hangers and different shirts, and there's a few shirts. I'm going to be buying more, but I've got about 10 or 12 shirts in here. I don't think you can see it because it's too dark, but I like to look clean and decent, and I don't really care to wear things that are very wild because that doesn't reflect my personality or the character of my nature. I kind of like looking more classy and clean cut, so I just buy ordinary shirts that are just more boring. But I do like wearing colors. Like this is actually a red shirt. I don't know if you can see it. This is a beautiful suede shirt, a blue shirt, an orange shirt. And I bought a dress suit so I can go to church. I enjoy going to church because I've been making some friends, and that's been really nice. There's a lady that has been really nice to me, and I think the world of her. Oh, and this down here, it's kind of funny, you can see all the sawdust on the corner, is actually a picture that I had done at the Renaissance Festival. I'll pull it out so you can see, because it's actually a special picture. Wow, boy, that is dusty. Now, do you see why I didn't buy any clothes? See all the dust on the picture? Let me put it up here where there's more light. Okay, here we go. This is a picture that I had hand painted by a lady at the Renaissance Festival. She's a wonderful lady, and her name is Miss Gemma. And she is actually an art teacher, and in her off time, she owns a cartoon in the Flint newspaper called Blad the Bunny Butcher, which it's a humorous cartoon about a rabbit that wants to take over the world because he's crazy. But Miss Gemma, there's actually a story behind this picture. This is me, and if you look real close at my head, I'm wearing a headband, and if you look real close at my hands, there's fire. And then the next clue is that if you look at the girl, she's a beautiful girl, but that's not an ordinary girl. Do you see her ears? She's a night elf. And the story behind this was that a long time ago, when Ernie was a poor soul, he used to sit on his computer all the time and play World of Warcraft. And there was a night elf in the game called Fiora Longears. And being, I'll be honest, miserable and blue at that time, I used to sit and click on her tune because she talked the character was a non-player character, and she talked real gentle. And I fell in love with Fiora Longears because she was a cute night elf that at one time in the game she was on the dock that is in Darkshore, just off the coast of the night elf capital of Darnassus. And she talked real gently. She was actually a little pirate is what she was, and you could do quests for her, and I got a kick out of it. So I told Miss Gemma that when she wanted, and I was single at the time, I told Miss Gemma that she asked me what she wanted to paint, and I said, well, I'll pay you a little bit extra money if you can draw me as a mage, which was the character that I played in the video game World of Warcraft, and draw me with Fiora Longears, the night elf. And she did, and she actually did a beautiful job. There's so much dust from all the work that I've been doing. Now, do you see all the dust that's on this? Do you see why I didn't buy any new clothes? I didn't want them to get ruined with all the work. But this is actually Ernie the Mage with Fiora Longears, the night elf, the little pirate girl. And she did a beautiful job. I was so proud of Miss Gemma from the Renaissance Festival. This was done a few years back, but I kept it and I framed it because I thought it was unique. You know, you don't find things like this every day. And if you look at it, it's supposed to be Darnassus because it's the woods and you know, it's the woods and it's nighttime like the night elves. That's why the picture was drawn at night. And that's the river that runs through Darkshore. And I'll put this back. I have to clean this off, but you see why I didn't buy any new clothes while I was doing all this work. I was afraid they'd get ruined with mud and things, and I didn't want to work in nice clothes. And we'll close this. Okay, and this is the bedroom. And actually, I have a custom switch plate cover for this that's on order. It just hasn't arrived yet, but that's on order, and it should cover it up. Cover up the seams because it's oversized. And then the carpeting for here, I've decided on light purple carpeting to go with the red and the orange. It looks kind of wild, but you have to admit it is beautiful. Okay, and then we'll come into the office. This is my favorite room because this is where I play video games. And that's grass skirting. Well, let me turn on the light so you can see better. There we go. This is actually a beautiful room also. And after I get the kitchen done, I'm going to have the carpet steam cleaned. But this is the office with a secretarial desk, a cabinet that I bought cheap at Walmart, and that's all real textured, all done by hand. It took a long time, but it turned out beautiful. And my computer, my printer with video game surround sound. I love that. Actually, it's a great thing to have surround sound when it comes to playing video games because you can always tell when somebody's behind you sneaking up on you in the game. And this, you'll never believe this, but this is the most beautiful Swarovski crystal chandelier that's made out of real gold. And the camera won't show it, but there's actually prisms all through the chandelier. Red, blue, green, teal, orange, yellow, white, blue. It's actually beautiful. Now that I took the time to clean the chandelier, it looks nice. It was quite a bit of work. It took about an hour and a half to 2 hours to clean it because I had to take every single bulb down by hand. But it pays to have beautiful things though. And this is the wall sconce in the ceiling. And also, there's something special with the ceiling. I don't know if you can see it. There's actually glitter on the ceiling that makes it sparkle because I thought it would be pretty to have sparkles. I don't know if you can see it. I'll try to move around. Yeah, can you see it a little bit? Some of the glitter that's sparkling if I move the camera back and forth. That's actually all through the entire ceiling. And the reason that was done is because I figured the glitter would go beautiful with the Swarovski crystal chandelier because what the chandelier does is it emits prisms around the room, and I thought it would just be kind of a neat effect to have glitter. Can you see the little sparkles on the wall? There you go. And how I did that was when I was doing it, first I mudded the room, and then when I went to paint it, I painted just the small part of it, and I put glitter on a paper plate, and then I blew it into the air to have it land on the paint where it would stick. And that's how that was done. It's actually really cool. And this is a wall sconce. And the reason I have the wall sconce is because my Aunt Merle, this wonderful lady that I'm friends with, she told me that I should have a dimmer switch for the Swarovski crystal chandelier. But I didn't like that idea because I wasn't sure if the bulbs in the chandelier were incandescent, which usually works with dimmer switches. I I wasn't sure because these are candelabra bulbs. I don't know if they're considered incandescent or not. And when you buy a $300, well, I mean, I'm sorry, a more expensive thing, you don't want to take the risk of, you don't want to take the risk of having what you don't need. So what I did was I have two switches here, and I installed the switch plate here. When I come in at night and I want to play video games, I just want to have a little light, so I just have the wall sconce on, and that provides enough light to where I can just see in the bedroom or in the office to play video games. But then during the day, if I'm sitting at the secretarial desk, I'll just turn the wall sconce on. And I meant to say $3,000, not 300. I'm sorry, excuse me. And yeah, and so I thought it would just be better to have the wall sconce. I don't know what I'm trying to say. Anyway, and then we've got the the agate slices, and here I had a water softener installed. It's brand new, and that's nice. And yeah, this is really a beautiful love nest, and I'm probably the most happiest person in the world. And yep, the most happiest person in the world. And the best part, it's all paid for in cash. I didn't take out a loan to do any of this. I guess that's the advantage of not drinking or smoking or gambling or doing drugs and being clean cut, is you can put your money to other places. So I guess I've got everything in the world to be proud of, because I see that I'm getting ahead, and it does make me feel good, because I didn't squander what I had. I put it to good use because I have a brain. And I'll just show you one last thing. Outside, I have a front porch. It's pretty, and I put in an oriental light, and it's actually red. I don't know if you can see it, but it's red, and it's beautiful. And sometimes I stand out here. It's totally dark. Well, on the camera it is, but not in real life. But sometimes I stand out here and I talk to God, and I look up at the stars, and it's just beautiful. And sometimes I see a planet, well, that's Ernie's love nest. So I hope the bunnies on Facebook have enjoyed this. I'm just trying to be honest. So that's it. Take care.